Julie. Hey, Moon Johnny. Hi. Hi, Dave. Hey, Antoine. Hey, Millie. I'm stuck on campus for spring break. That's not too bad. Play some video games or something. Hey, Corky. The good news, the appeal went through. We live on our main. Early. Hey, Scott. Hey, Tyro. Hey, Reckless. Hey, where my grandma at? I'm doing all right. Yeah, I did, Antoine. Blew my ears out. Oh, is this loud? Is that better? It was on my end. Oh, okay. Hey, Jarrett. Hey, Epic. Monday, Melissa. For no fun today. I don't have TikTok. Is your main account still banned? No, we got the appeal went through. Thank you, Melissa. Hey, Rose. Hey, King. Hey, Kilby. Um, I took a pause. I'm gonna wait until after the trip to keep taking it, just in case I'm experiencing side effects or something. Hey, Kylie. Hey, Rome. Okay. Let's run it. How's your day been? It's been okay. I had a debate with MAGA family members, and they just steamrolled the entire time. I almost had a Dan crash out. Happens. Okay, we are live on TikTok. Let me get the sound effects on. Hey, Josh. Hey, Moxie. Hey, Bubba. Rose. Hey, Moxie. Oh, I already said hi. Hey, the Black Samurai. Hey, Otter. Thank you for the heart muse.
You've been watching a little too much Fox News.
Whatever gift that was on is no longer available, so we gotta pick a new one. Thank you for the heart muse, everybody. Today, Dan. Pizza. Thank you, Nicole. Hey, Ricardo.
Don't boo, vote.
Thank you, Rose. Dan, did you hear about the thing with the organizer? Don't want to disrupt anything. I did hear about it. Hey, Kaveen. Yeah, we just started, Cherry. Hey, STLA. Hey, Caffeine. Caffeine, are you still protesting? Hey, Chris. Played 20Q one time. How's it going, Stan? Certainly starting off patient tonight. I usually start off at a 9, so I don't know. I just left. Is it debate time so I can crash out on that dino, lol? How's it going? It's alright. Hey, Red. Posted a video of all of the rallies today. First pin video. Please go watch and share. Thank you, Ash. Happy to see you too, Janelle. Let me move the like. How's your day been? It's been alright. I got Dino locked and loaded. Hey, Dan. See you again, friend. Oh, see you soon again, friend. Yes. Yes, yes. I'm very excited. I didn't pause my anime to come see you. Oh, thank you, Jazz. Hello, everyone. I'm proud of y'all. You were massive at the protests. Yeah, there's a bunch of great pictures and videos in the Discord. Hey, Dan, how are you feeling? So I have like back and stomach pains. I stopped taking the ADHD med to see if it was maybe side effect of that. I'm alright though at the moment. Not unbearable or anything. Yeah, the appeal went through. Wearing your back. Like the whole thing now. Still, yeah. I had pains right here. And then now it moved right here. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just gonna drink water. Relax. As best as I can. Time to make an appointment. I don't think we're gonna have time until after the event. Have you seen the anti-Semitic comment bot farming that's happening on Charlie Kirk's last video? Okay, so I saw Charlie Kirk's last video, and it's probably one of the only times I've agreed with Charlie Kirk. But I did see a lot of the comments were super anti-Semitic. Yeah, stomach pain's probably from the meds. Cooking MAGA helps. Trapped gas. Big water, big food, maybe some sun. Sun wouldn't be bad. Hey Dan, too much working out. I was actually thinking about Daniverse karaoke coming soon. I was actually thinking about swimming today, but I didn't get a chance to go. Check gallbladder. Okay, hang on. No, it's all right. Agreed with. Yeah, because the guy who was debating with Charlie Kirk was saying that the Jews control everything and they want a new world order and all that stuff. And Charlie Kirk's like, bro, anti-Semitism is bad. So, how old are you? I'm 34. Are you guys fired up for Tuesday? Some of us are. What did the Kirk video say? That's probably an old comment. Do the meds make you clench, maybe sore muscles? Yeah, I don't know.
I love Tesla.
Thank you, Twista. All right, we're gonna go to our first guest once we hit 10,000 likes. We haven't debated in a while, so let's see if we get some guests tonight. Oh, he didn't want to feed into his alt-right shit. Yeah, so like the person debating him could have had a good point if instead of saying Jews, he said Israel, and instead of saying they control everything.
They're eating the dogs.
Thank you, Twista. And instead of saying they control everything, he criticized how much influence AIPAC has on our politicians. But that's just not what he said. What happened on Tuesday? We're doing the Unfuck America tour. Is it the same type of stabbing pain? It's not stabbing anymore. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It almost feels like bloating, but like It's Tinder. Oh, Tender. Yeah. Dude, I think it's indigestion. Yeah, probably. Have you spoken to Sam? Which Sam? Substernal pain? Where does the tour start? Texas A&M in College Station. Oh, tomorrow was martial law day. Oh yeah, that's right. 10K debate time, political man. Have you ever been diagnosed with bored? I don't think so. Probably too much kibbeh. I haven't had kibbeh in like 6 months at least. Drink warm water with baking soda. Fucking miracle for that pain. Okay, we're gonna go to our first guest. Casual martial law day. Comes like candy. I ordered some Pepto Bismol. I sprang for Walmart Plus a few months back, so it's free shipping. Roxon for back pain. See, that's the thing. It's not like normal back pain. I don't know how to explain it. What about martial law? There's rumors that Trump is going to take advantage of like
Vote.
Thank you, Chris. Trump is going to take advantage of the protests to declare martial law or something like that. Proximal upset your stomach more. Oh wait, I have something for pain that doesn't upset your stomach. Hold on. Why didn't you go to the store? I didn't want to. Enough water. The super peaceful protests. Well, listen, anything can be spun by this administration. Clearly. Some GA issues cause back pain. A gastro doc. I mean, I had similar issues. Like what, 4 months back, chat? Stella Coxib. Could be constipation. I don't think it is. Anxiety gives me bad back pain. Listen, if anxiety gives you back pain, then I'm actually doing pretty well. How was your last BM? Okay. Hey, mermaid. Is that what this is? Generic Celebrex? Can't wait to see you, Unc. That was ibuprofen? No, this was Stella Coxib. Honestly, probably stress ulcer. Okay, whatever happens at this tour, when I get back, I'm taking a week off of politics. I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. I might go live, might play some Mario or something, but I have to. I think I need it.
Don't boo. Vote.
Thank you. Is that Mark and Phoenix? Yeah, thank you, Mark and Phoenix.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Cool. I'm not a debater.
Okay.
It's actually hardcore. But I heard people talking a lot about, or you talking a lot about back pain, stomach problems, etc. I am an MD. I'm not your doctor, but I am a doctor. If you have somewhat generic questions that I might be able to help answer.
Okay. So, past couple days, I have felt, especially in the morning and at night, I have felt feverish symptoms but not like runny nose or sore throat or anything like that. And what I mean by that is like malaise, especially like leg and arm fatigue, and today that came to a head where this morning the back pain was so much that like I got on the yoga mat to try to balance myself out. It just didn't. It felt like I slept wrong, like 3 days in a row or something. But I'm also feeling like pain around here. So prior to eating today, I had pain right here under my right pec. And I ate, and the pain there is mostly gone, but now it's here. And my back still hurts.
Would you say the pain like on your kind of chest ribs is more of like an external muscular pain or more of like an internal thing?
Well, it's tough to say now because it's gone from here. But right now here, it does feel like bloating right here, and then I can't. I don't know. I guess I'm really, really bad at self-diagnosis. I will say, I don't know if you're new here, but I just started like 10 days ago. I started taking 5 milligrams of Adderall because I was diagnosed with ADHD. And that wasn't doing anything. So yesterday, my doctor told me to double the dose to 10. I tried that. I still didn't feel like it was doing anything, but I was having all these other symptoms, and I decided to cut it just in case. Side effects?
Probably not side effects of Adderall. I actually take like a much, much higher dose of Adderall than that.
Okay.
So those, definitely aren't Adderall side effects. If it's only been for a couple days, it sounds so like people often have. So are you're getting like muscle aches and stuff like that? Like that's one of your major problems?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you say like fever symptoms, you mean like chills, night sweats kind of stuff, or?
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but when I have a fever and like I go to bed, it's almost like I can feel my arms and legs like buzzing, kind of.
Okay,
like that part of the fever.
Interesting. Have you been around anybody who might have exposed you to like the flu or something like that?
I don't think so. I've been doing my best to not be around too many people. Like I got a haircut, so obviously my barber was kind of in my face, but I did take a COVID test because I had one laying around, a COVID. Now I had similar symptoms like 4 months ago, and chat was trying to diagnose me, and the doctor's theory was that it was acute gastritis.
Yeah, so gastritis is just inflammation of the stomach, which can be stress induced. If you take a lot of NSAIDs, it can be NSAID induced, but not celecoxib specifically, because you have NSAIDs are cyclooxygenase inhibitors. They inhibit COX, which produces like prostaglandins and stuff like that, which causes inflammation in certain places, but in your stomach it helps produce like mucus that protects your stomach, which is why NSAIDs can cause stomach problems. They reduce the production of that kind of protective mucus.
Yeah, that's actually why I was prescribed Celoxib. It was after that situation.
Yeah, so celecoxib is selective COX-2, so it doesn't inhibit COX-1, which is what helps with that protective mucus production. The downside is that if you have a history, so people in the chat who were talking about like celecoxib's a godsend, there's a slight kind of danger there because it can potentiate, like if you've got a history of like heart issues, it can potentiate like heart problems. It can lead to clots, really. If you had a history of those. So just
I will say once like the symptoms went away, I kind of switched back to ibuprofen for like headaches and stuff. And then I like maybe like once a week I would take a muscle relaxer if I had back pain.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like if you've had this just for a couple of days and you had it a few months ago, like the kind of myalgias, like the muscle pains, and kind of the like chills, fever things, my guess would be like some sort of viral infection. If it's like a continued thing, if it keeps going for a long time, for another week or so, kind of extends beyond that, then that could be something more concerning, and you would definitely like want to see a doctor, because certain like malignancies and stuff like that can present with nighttime sort of fever symptoms.
So if it was a viral infection, why am I not experiencing more sinus situation? Like my nose isn't runny. I'm not blowing my nose. I did have a sore throat this morning, but after I drank coffee, it went away.
Yeah, so not all viral infections are upper respiratory infections. So like the flu traditionally actually doesn't really cause much upper respiratory sort of like many upper respiratory symptoms. So like traditional flu doesn't generally cause like the runny nose, the congestion, stuff like that. It's more of a kind of like fever, myalgia sort of thing. So it could just be some sort of viral illness that's not an upper respiratory infection, something more in that flu vein.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, if it's like relatively self-limited, is what we call it. So if it's like relatively self-limited, if it goes away in the next few days, then I wouldn't be crazy concerned. But if it's something that persists for another week or so, then I would definitely go see a doc.
Okay.
That's as far as the muscle pain goes. And then as for like the bloating and stuff, somebody you said GORD. I saw. I heard you say GORD. I'm assuming somebody in the chat said GERD, GERD.
Oh, GERD, yeah.
Gastroesophageal reflux disease. So that's just like, if you've heard of acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux, that's what that is. And oftentimes that does happen at night in the morning because you have like a little sphincter between your stomach and your esophagus. And it does a decent job of preventing backflow of the acid, but when you're laying down, gravity's not helping it as much. And so, you tend to get more kind of reflux symptoms.
I was also prescribed last time with lansoprazole.
Lansoprazole, yeah. So that's a PPI. It's a proton pump inhibitor. So that's for something like GERD.
Okay.
Yeah. The proton pump is a little pump that helps you produce stomach acid. So inhibitors of that, like omeprazole, pantoprazole, lansoprazole, stuff like that, are all proton pump inhibitors.
Okay. So you think I should take this right now? Would help with the symptom?
Probably.
I love Tesla.
Thank you, Tony. All right. Well, that was very helpful. Thank you. Appreciate you.
For sure. Yeah. I really like listening to you, so I figured if I could be helpful on my day off, why not?
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. Okay, chat. I'm going to get some water. Give me 13 seconds. I feel like that was a really polite way for the doctor to say, you're just getting old. Zach, thank you so much for the Twitch sub. Thank you so much, Zach. Okay. Dan, did we might have missed out on any MAGA people hitting the FYP, or us hitting any MAGA people on the FYP because of our doctor session. That's okay, I guess. I get reflux at night sometimes. Will you restart? I can restart in 3 minutes. Can't hurt, right? Unless you guys want to do something else, but probably should get a debate out of the way because I don't know that we're gonna have another debate in a while because like I'm not gonna go live tomorrow, and then probably the next time I go live is gonna be Tuesday at the event. Can we discuss the bewilderment I feel at Chris's live last night? I really wish I got in there in time for the abortion topic. I really, really wish I got in there in time. Very frustrated about that. $1 million likes. We're almost there, chat. What side do you sleep on? I sleep on my right side. I probably shouldn't, but you request gabapentin, Dan? I don't know, maybe. It wasn't good. I can't stand Andrew. Yeah, I can't either. But like I'm not a huge expert on foreign policy, so like while I could have pushed back on the Ukraine stuff, I don't know how much I could have pushed back on some of the other stuff, like the Panama Canal. But once they started getting into like women's healthcare access, I needed to end the live and get in there. It was like that was really bad. Gabapentin is not the way to go. No, don't use gabapentin. That'll knock you out. Super sedating. I need the opposite of super sedating in my life right now. Hello, MAGA here. Are you making America great again? Request. Let's talk about it. He was lucky you didn't get there in time. I'm not going to be a chismosa, but what happened to advocating for policy that helps POC? Wait, in regards to what? I might be missing something. Trump has 48% approval rating, Democrats 25% as of today. Yeah, Trump's really popular, you're right. He's a good president. He's doing a great job. Do a Hamilton watch party. Yeah, hang on, let me think. Okay. I support President Trump because he is the person. Request up then. Let's talk. Sent you an invite. Come up. I've heard that stat a few times the last couple days. Where is that poll from? I have no idea. I genuinely don't have any idea where they pull it up from. Facebook. Thin air. They're afraid to come up. They really are. Hey, listen, if you guys really think that President Trump is doing a good job, then it should be really easy to explain it with your words. Just request up. Plus, press the little blue person, pink person button. Come on up. I can't defend a single point thing at this point. That's the problem. They have to use their words. I mean, you know what we're getting a lot lately as their defense, because they can't actually defend a single action of his. What we get is, well, he won the election. Yeah, we know. I don't know why that means anything. Everything is based off vibes, literally. I don't debate with totally propagandized mind. Fred, all you have to do is just prove me wrong. It's like, if you think I'm saying anything wrong, propaganda or not, evidence would debunk me, right? If I say something like Donald Trump did X and you're like, this is evidence that he did Y, then I'm humiliated. You make me look like a beta liberal cuck. Why would you not support the president? Oh, easy question. Because the president's policies and the president's ideologies are anti-American. They're against what I would want for this country. So why would I support it? Hang on 1 second. We got some important. I can only chirp from the comments now. Yeah, they can't use their words. There's a few reasons. Number one, they don't want us to hear their Russian accents because they're Russian bots. Number two, they don't want us to hear them breathing through their mouth because they're knuckle draggers. Or number three, they're scared, just like their great leader when he wouldn't go on 60 Minutes. Why do you even listen in MAGA if you're so offended? Who's offended? I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Or they're too busy chewing on crayons. The actual fear. Trembling. Donna, thank you for the... Is that a puppy kiss? That's cute. Puppy kisses. You're offended Trump won. That's not what the word offended means. Dude is trying to get a following. Brother? I hate to break it to you. Wait, woman of the millennium, if you just DM me on Discord if want. They say offended because it goes down to decision tree and they have nothing else to talk about. I crash out easy, we know this. Yo, this is getting sad. Another guy trying not to get a real job. Why would I want a real job when I can just talk about Donald Trump and his failures and the people that got scammed a third time for voting for him? By the way, Mike Duncan, your profile says you have a PhD. I have a question. Just curious, who let all the Venezuelans in when they didn't have room? Let all the Venezuelans didn't have. Well, I know Donald Trump's last day in office, his first term. I don't know if y'all remember this, but Trump's last day in office, he blocked the deportation of Venezuelans and then complained about them later. Not sure this is what you're referring to. Because he's fighting the system that has destroyed the country. How is he fighting the system? Can you explain? Like, what about getting rid of the Department of Education helps you? What about adding $4 trillion to the deficit helps you? Almost as if you wanted Biden to look bad, yeah. Fighting the establishment. Buddy, he is the establishment. He's a billionaire, backed by the richest man on earth. I don't know how did he get, you know what? Credit where credit is due. Donald Trump got like the absolute poorest people in this country to think that a billionaire is going to fix the system for them. They literally, hold on. Second. How does this help you? Democrats come in, cap bank overdraft fees at $5 to help regular Americans. Republicans come in, say, no, fuck you guys. And you guys are just licking their boots. Why? Have some self-decency. Like I'm curious. Can you name one thing Donald Trump has done for you since he got into office? One thing for you. A singular one. Oh, wait. Waiting patiently. Does racism count? They love racism. He cut taxes. They literally haven't passed any tax cuts yet. So that's wrong, Thomas. Made that up. He deported gangs. Bro, 75% of the people he deported had no criminal record. How are these guys so afraid? How can you guys be so afraid to just request up? Like this has to be a record for the most bitch-made chat. Are you guys being serious? It's so simple. Just come up and prove me wrong on a single thing I'm saying, and you debunk me. Easy. Thank you. Finally, a request.
Hello.
Hi, welcome up.
What's up? So he's deporting gang members. I think that's a great thing.
Okay. So you know that there was no evidence that most of the people that they deported were in any gangs?
How do you know that?
Oh, hang on one second. Hang on, chat.
I'm blowing out my damn throat.
Thanks, Obama. 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 Come on, man.
I love Tesla. Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Come on, man.
I am so sorry. Okay. First of all, whoever that guest was, props for how patient they were. I really want to apologize. It was a very important phone call. If that guest is still here, I am down to keep talking. I understand that they're not. Carmine, thank you for the dinosaur. Callisto, thank you for the hat and mustache. It's none of our business. No, but like it was disrespectful. Like, Kentifer, thank you for the tiny dinies. Rose, thank you for the sub. Someone gifted subs too. Hold on. Iron Steve, thank you for the sub. Who gifted subs? Shauna, thank you for the gifted subs. Just pick up the phone mid-debate and mute now. Dan, you trapped him in a Tsukiyomi. I mean, I gotta give props where props is due. The guest was just chilling. Which is unfortunate because, like, I don't know. All right, well, let's just keep going. What did the guest ask you? I don't even remember. What were we talking about? Yeah, they were super patient. He's gonna go into a mag live and say you couldn't find a sword. Supporting gang members. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Let me bring up another guest so we can get the live going. But I will pull up that source. Hi, welcome up. Congrats on getting engaged. Okay. So where the stat came from. So 179 of the 238 migrants that were sent to the Salvadorian prison did not have any criminal records, either in the U.S. or in their country of origin. Which would have been nice, but I took a phone call while the guest was here, so ripperoni. Y'all should just watch somebody else, I guess. I'm not cut out for this. Hi, welcome up.
Hi, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so it's about your tour that you're doing.
Uh-huh.
So my question is, are you just going there to antagonize Charlie Kirk, not make actually any change there?
No, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change a few times. Probably gonna put
So
some
what I mean
on.
by change, are you going there to want to positively help change the way people think, or are you going there just because you don't like Charlie Kirk?
Both.
Because I believe it is somewhat disorganized.
Dan, may I?
Sure.
I'm about to be really disrespectful, so I want to apologize in advance.
Good.
Ty, we're going there to do your mom, dude. That's
What?
That's it. That's the only reason, Ty. The same reason that you come into everybody's lives and you lie and you are disingenuous and all this. That's the same reason why we're going there.
Oh, I don't lie. I actually. So, do you know who Julie is?
Oh God, no. We're not doing that right now. Brett, wait, are you coming to the tour?
It's people like Ty that make me want to. I was never invited, but I'm only 5 hours away from Houston.
Let me, if you're interested, spot just opened up. Do you want me to put in a good word for you?
Absolutely. Thank you, brother.
Of course.
And I'm sorry, Ty is known all around these parts. And he's just an insufferable something that I can't say on TikTok.
Okay. Hopefully that goes well.
So that's it, brother. I was I'm sitting here watching a movie. I had to pause it real quick, and I was like, oh, let's see what Dan's doing. And then I saw Ty, and I was like, nope, I'm not even gonna let him ruin your night like that. Ty has a great ability to just ruin your night.
That's interesting. Because based on where he was going with that, it already sounded like in that direction. But but that's I really hope it works out, because I don't know if you were in the live earlier, but I've been having some weird symptoms in the past couple days, and so if it was gonna get worse, like I was literally just gonna text the organizers and be like, "Hey, I can't come, but if that means there's a spot, Brett Cross is my recommendation." Like that's so the fact that you are interested in going is really cool.
You gotta go, dude.
We'll see. I mean, as of right now, I'm still planning on it, but I've had some very weird back and stomach issues past couple days.
Bro, I can just show up. I'm known to just gate crash here in Texas.
I love Brett. Would love him to come. Tell him he's welcome.
Bet. Let's go.
Did I say you're that's a yes?
Yeah, I'll head up there.
W's in the chat. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
All right. You know what? This worked out, chat. This worked out. The long pause in live ended up working out.
Hell yeah. Well, brother, I'll let you get back to it. I got to finish. I'm watching that new Venom movie, so I had to take a break.
New Venom. Is there
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Thank you, Chris. Is it a third one?
Yeah, it's the third one.
I didn't even know they were making that.
Yeah, it's called The Last Dance. Came out last year.
Last year, man, I'm really behind on movies.
Same. But I had to take a break, and then I was doing something. I was like, oh, let's see what's going on. And like I said, I saw you, and I was just sitting here listening, and then I saw Ty, and I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not gonna let you be exposed to the Ty.
Well, I appreciate that, Brett. And yeah, honestly, even if I am sick, I think I have to show up because I want to meet you for sure. So I will see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, let's go, brother. All right, man. Hey, I'm gonna send you my number in messages. So.
Okay, perfect.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
All right, you too. Bye. Gwen, thank you so much for $100 on PayPal. Hope this lifts your spirits. I mean, between this and Brett, can we get some W's in the chat for Gwen? Thank you so much. Wait, we have a bad Liam and a bad Tanner? I definitely want to. You need some debates? Okay, yeah, let's. All right. W's, Brett's going, and big W's for Gwen. Thank you so much for the $100. I've said it before. This is not the first time she sent $100. There's a lot of money, especially in this economy. So thank you so much.
I love Tesla.
Thank you. What does that say? Let me be the one. Thank you so much for the mark of love. Okay, there are no more guests in the box. We got to bring back whoever the green guest was that was super patient. We got to bring that guest back. When can you adopt me? Reset. Haven't heard a debate, Dan, in so long. I've been screaming at my comments. We were about to have one too, and I got this phone call, and it's all. You know what's the phone call was because it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have uncoordinated hands. I can't even explain it. Okay. I think we should reset. Reset. Does Gwen need a wife I can learn to cook? Where to watch Tuesday? I should be live on my main, unless we get banned tonight, which it was a perfect phone call. I'm not mature enough. Okay, how long does the reset take? Like 30 seconds. If you are not following, we're about to do a reset, which means I'm going to end the live and then restart the live. So make sure you, YouTube and Twitch, you guys are chill. You guys can stick around. on Twitch. You guys stick around. Get in live, restart it, get some guests in. So if you don't want to miss out on debates, where hopefully I don't take a 8-minute phone call, make sure to drop a follow. Thank you, and I will see you guys shortly. I's mom is a lucky woman is crazy. Hold on, I'm screenshotting that and then texting it to Brett. Okay, now I'm ending the live. And no, I'm good. Back. What kind of mic is that? Honor? E-O-N-O-R?
I love Kessler.
Thank you, Hector, for the mark of love. Appreciate it. Damn, Hector's one of the creators I also wish was going. Hey, Mary. Long time no see. Thank you, lovely Ginger. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. To be fair, I may pull up. Ooh. We just got word Brett Koss is coming. Rev up those fryers. Can someone tell me, please, how to watch Tuesday? I'll be devastated if I miss out. So just make sure to follow me. Make sure to follow the Unfuck America tour, and then as many of the creators that you want to follow as you can, because I know I'm going to be live for at least part of it. They're going to be live for at least part of it. Some people that are bigger on YouTube might be live on YouTube, so it just depends. There's not going to be like one singular stream. And I don't know if you saw yesterday, my little one broke one of my Gear 5s, but I replaced it today. Oh no. Well, at least it's replaced. Think about going possibly. Damn, man, am I taking Tuesday off of work? Lester, I don't know. I can't speak to that. All right, welcome back, everybody. If I fly in from Iceland with $0 in my bank account, Dan, I would advise against that. Welcome in, folks. Get some debates. Get some debates going. If we can't get debates going, then I think we're going to have to Never mind. I can't. Strongly considering doing like a massive. I think I already said it, but like a massive T live in 3 days on my No Politics account. Dance party. We should read the SCOTUS decision from last night. Ooh, bad idea. Can someone can someone tell me where to read the like exact transcript? Is it there like a supremecourt.com or how early am I? Well, this was after a reset. Hi, welcome up.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to come up, but thank you for bringing me up.
Oh no,
I'm a Harris supporter.
Gotcha. So. Yeah, probably a misclick, but no worries.
Okay. I mean, I can stick around if you're okay with it. If you want me to go, I have a lot of knowledge about the.
Oh, that's all right. There's a little bit of background noise where you are, but I appreciate you coming up.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. SupremeCourt.gov. Court.gov. Opinions. Opinions of the court. Opinions relating to orders. Wait, what am I clicking? Hi, welcome up.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
We debated before, but it was like really bad, so I'm coming back to redeem myself.
How old are you?
19.
Year of birth?
2006.
Okay. So, what wanted to talk about why you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
First of all, it's more like social reasons is one of them, and I agree with his immigration policy and his tax policy.
Okay. So, what is his immigration policy that you agree with?
Well, I agree with mass deportations. I don't think that people who are committing crimes are providing anything of substance to our society.
Okay, but you know that a vast majority of the people of being mass deported have no criminal records, right?
Not all of them, no. Some of them do.
I said vast majority. So, like,
when they're crossing the border, they're committing a crime. Like that's
yes, it's a misdemeanor.
It's still
okay. So, should we be deporting people that jaywalk?
That's different, and you know it.
How is it different?
Well, jaywalking is a harmless crime.
Right, and actually, the people that are here illegally, 99% of the time are actually contributing to society. So, in fact, jaywalking might be a harmless crime. This is the opposite. This is a helpful crime. It's helping our economy. It's helping our society with diversity. There's no reason to be mass deporting people.
Not when they're using federal dollars. When they get money every month.
Well, the federal government literally doesn't support illegal immigrants. I don't know where you're getting that from.
No, I meant state, as in state-wise. They're
Right. That is the
they're
opposite
able.
of federal. Okay. So are you against the Constitution?
No, I'm not against the
Okay.
Constitution.
Well, so the Constitution gives the right to states to determine how they want to deal with their funds. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the federal government not providing any money to illegal immigrants. So why would you want to mass deport people that have done nothing wrong?
They should have came here in the first place the correct way. I don't understand why.
I understand that. I understand that. However, they're here now, and it costs us billions of dollars to get them out of here. It'll then cost us billions of dollars of tax income, and it also leads to undue hardship for not only the undocumented migrants, but even American citizens, as we're seeing now with American citizens being detained just for not looking white.
And they're not getting deported though; they're being sent back.
Wait,
Like,
okay,
like
so that's cool with you. You're cool with American citizens being detained for multiple days at a time. We just had one detained for 48 hours. You're cool with that as long as some harmless migrants get deported to a concentration camp?
Why are you acting like mass deportations don't have like
What's the
mistakes?
What are the benefits of mass deportation? Can you tell me the benefits?
Less crime. Like I said this before.
Wait, as evidenced by what? Undocumented immigrants commit vastly less crime than native-born people.
That's still crime. I don't care if it's less. It's still crime.
Okay, so you're willing, just so we're clear, you're willing to lose billions of dollars in taxpayer funds, billions of dollars in potential taxpayer funds, because it's first the funds to get them out, and then the funds that they're putting into the system. You're also willing to pay more for groceries and produce because we already have a labor shortage in industries that undocumented immigrants are working. And you're willing to do harm not only to the undocumented migrants, but also to American citizens that get caught up in it, all so that maybe a little bit less crime happens.
I get a tax cut from this administration, so I am benefiting.
You do not get a tax cut from this administration.
My family is, so.
Your family makes.
What, you like my parents' thumbs or what?
Second. Does your family make over $360,000 a year?
Yes, my father is a neurosurgeon, and so is my mother.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you guys are rich, but it sounds like you're just like a hateful person. Like, I don't know. If I had a lot of money, I would be okay with paying a little bit more in taxes if it meant we're not violating human rights and we're not shitting on the Constitution. Like,
what human rights? What human rights are being violated? There's none.
The right to due process, the right to freedom of speech, the right to freedom of protest.
Have that right. It is in the Constitution.
No. We do not have that right because we've already seen people get deported for protesting for Palestine. We've seen people get deported without due process.
Well, no, I'm not pro-Israel. I don't like them actually.
I didn't say you were or weren't. I'm saying whether you're protesting on behalf of Palestine or protesting on behalf of Israel, that is your right as someone on this American soil. It's the First Amendment.
Not when you're protesting for Hamas.
Number one, he wasn't protesting for Hamas, and number two, even if he was, it's freedom of speech. You know that, right?
Not when it's a T group. I can't say that. I'm gonna get you banned. T group.
Okay, so let me ask you a question: should we deport all the neo-Nazis?
They're not. Are they considered a T group by the government?
Let's say they are.
Then yeah, if they're considered a T group by the government.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need a new Secretary of Defense. But good to know that you're on board with that. At least that's one thing we agree on.
I'm not on board with the Trump administration and everything. I'm farther right than they are. Like, I voted for them because I'd rather a Republican than a Democrat.
You say you're farther right than they are?
Yeah.
What are they doing that you what are they not doing that you wish they were doing?
I don't like their idea of trying to crack down on anti-Semitism. I think it's stupid. I don't agree with them on that at all. I think that they're quite frankly kind of incompetent sometimes. But I don't like Democrats either. I think they suck.
Okay, and you're sure you want Nazis to be deported? Making sure we're on the same page on that.
Well, they're not considered a T group by the government.
But if they were, want them to be deported?
Why are you asking me that though? What's the point of that question?
I don't know. You're just giving Nazi. That's all.
I wouldn't consider myself that, but if that's what you think, go ahead.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think controls the world?
You're gonna kick me now.
Is it a 4-letter word? Does it start with J?
Why does that matter?
Because I just want to know who I'm talking to. That's all. Okay. So you're 19. I think you got a lot to learn. I think you're on the wrong side of the internet. And
Maybe not though, but if you want to say that to cope, you can.
What am I coping with? I've proven you wrong on like every one of your points. What is there to cope with? Hello? Oh shit, Thomas is back. Wait. Okay, listen, it's been fun. Go ask your parents why being a Nazi is bad.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Chris, thank you for the dinosaur. Hey man, I am so sorry about that phone call.
Oh, you good?
I am so sorry. I really appreciate the patience.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we're gonna pick up where we left off. So what I was pulling up here was.
I love Tesla.
Thank you, Carla. What I was pulling up here was 238 migrants were sent to El Salvador 3 weeks ago. Of those 238, 179 had no criminal records in the United States or in their country of origin.
Brega Garcia did as well, right?
Brega Garcia did not have a criminal record.
Right. But our intelligence committees identified him as MS-13 through multiple sources.
Well, why did the position of the Trump administration change? First, it was an administrative error, and now their position is that he was proven to be MS-13 by 2 courts. In fact, they never mentioned intelligence agencies.
They're both true. It was an administrative error because he was deportable, just not to El Salvador. That was the only country they weren't allowed to send him, and that was the error. They didn't realize that. And so, but at the same time, they identified him as MS-13 and says he's an illegal alien.
And what was the evidence that he was MS-13 besides his tattoos and his hat?
It's a lot of things together. So his tattoos, his hat, his sweatshirt, who he was arrested with, the fact that he had a bunch of cash and they found drugs thrown under a truck where he was
Where are you getting
arrested.
this info from? I'll pull it up. We can read it together.
The arrest report from 2019.
Okay. Abrigo 2019. Because what I know is that they had an anonymous tip about
wasn't anonymous. It's from a verified source who has given who was considered one of the top confidential informants on MS-13.
Wait. No, there was a cop that was fired that gave the source. But hold on, I'll pull up what you're talking about, I think. The Trump administration released documents Wednesday that revealed new details in the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Maryland man deported to El Salvador a month ago in what the government called an administrative error. The documents were released after weeks of pressure on the government to prove its contention that Abrego Garcia was a member of MS-13. The Trump administration sent him to the notorious mega prison, blah, blah, blah. Justice Department shared records not previously made public, detailing how police officers in Maryland assessed Abrego Garcia was a member of MS-13 gang during an arrest in 2019. He had no criminal history at the time, which the documents also state, and his attorneys have denied that he's a gang member. In a document titled Gang Field Interview Sheet, the Prince George County Police Department detailed how in March 2019, it approached Abrego Garcia along with 3 other people for loitering at a Home Depot parking lot in Hyattsville. Abrego Garcia said in the court filing that he was looking for day labor work, which makes sense, by the way. That's a very common thing for undocumented migrants to do. Police said he was wearing a Chicago Bulls hat and a hoodie with rolls of money covering the eyes, ears, and mouth of the presidents. The officers said such insignia indicating ver or y callar, or see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil, was indicative of the Hispanic gang culture. The officers said they consulted with a reliable confidential source, so it was a confidential source, like I said, who advised that Abrego Garcia was
confidential, not anonymous.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the rank of Chele in the gang. Abrego Garcia was handed over to immigration authorities, and he wound his way through the legal process. So I remember this now. Their contention was that he was in a MS-13 in New York, and he'd never been to New York in his life. But we can keep reading. Later in 2019, an immigration judge barred him from being sent to El Salvador. The order said he proved he had a well-founded fear of future persecution from local gangs, and he wanted a withholding of removal to the country, which allowed him to stay in the United States temporarily and receive a work permit. Years later, in 2025, immigration agents stopped Abrego in an IKEA parking lot. He was deported to El Salvador on May 15th. Okay, so the argument that he's a part of MS-13 is his sweater, his hat, his tattoos, and a confidential informant.
Yes. And I think there's more with his protective order from his wife. Did you see that?
I'm sure that doesn't really matter, but I'll pull it up. Abrego.
Well, I think it does matter because she filed for protection saying that she's beat her multiple times, driven very aggressively with the 1-year-old in the car, scaring her, didn't want to be around her. She felt unsafe.
Why does she want him? Why does she want him back?
She says that they went to therapy and worked it out.
On X.com. Any White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said in documents. She did not follow through with the civil court process. It didn't happen.
What do you mean it didn't happen?
Like, you're saying that she
made it up?
No. So she didn't follow through with the complaint. She withdrew it.
Yeah, that's usually what happens in those types of situations.
Okay. Why would this mean that he's in a gang?
I mean, it's something that if you're trying to get citizenship here, like, we are allowed to be choosy about who gets citizenship in America. And we don't want people who have every... every element of gang life or abusiveness or breaking the law.
I want to be clear what the problem is that we find with the situation. The problem is that he didn't get due process. Now, if you're worried about breaking the law, it seems strange that you would vote for a 34-time felon and if you're worried about domestic violence, it seems strange that you'd support his nominee for Secretary of Defense. But let's put that to the side. Regardless, even if he was convicted of, or if he committed domestic abuse, he needs due process, as anyone in this country is owed by the Constitution. That's the issue. But again, she said she withdrew the complaint and said that he did not abuse her, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's just a pivot. It's like what happens anytime the right wants to demonize somebody who was unjustly killed by the police. Oh, well, did you know that when he was 17, he stole gum from the liquor store? Like, that shit happens all the time. Like, I don't know what that has to do with this.
Sure, but it has a lot of things to do with he's not a citizen.
I understand that. Nobody is saying he's a citizen. He still has a constitutional right to due process.
And like I think I heard the conversation right before where you said, should the Nazis be deported and stuff like that? And I think people are getting a lot of this confused as far as how the deportations go. Like, people are being deported who are not citizens. If you are a citizen, freedom of speech means you can say whatever the hell you want.
Hold on. That's not what the Constitution says. You can read it together.
Yes, but if you want to become a citizen, we ask that you are a person of more like good moral character. And so you are like pretty much applying to be here. You're applying for citizenship. We don't have to.
We have no way to determine whether or not he has good moral character because he did not get due process. That's the whole point. Like, right now, I can say, Thomas, you're MS-13, so we're going to deport you. And you can't prove otherwise.
No, I'm a citizen. You can't deport me.
No, it doesn't matter. No, wait, how are you going to prove you're a citizen?
Because I have a social security number.
We don't care.
I mean, our intelligence committees are the ones that figure this out. And I trust our intelligence committees to a degree. Like, yes.
Who are you going to show your social security card to?
I'm just going to have them look it up in the system. I mean, it's going to be.
Why would they do that? You're already in El Salvador.
Because I trust. No, I'm not.
You're gone, bro.
No, he went through an immigration court, and they had determined who he was and that he wasn't a citizen, that he entered this country illegally. Like, that had happened. And so they were going off of the information that they knew of what they had as far as him being in the MS-13.
Yeah, what you're saying is not true. None of that happened.
Yeah, he did go to immigration court. He was denied.
You're saying he went to immigration court in 2025?
In 2019, and it was all determined.
In 2019, that's right. When he was given a protective order to stay here.
No, he had a temporary order not to be removed to that country, which a lot of people thought he had to stay here. Well, the administration has changed things around, and they are cracking down. He ran on this. He was voted in for reasons like this, to crack down on people who came here illegally, because there was 7 million encounters during Biden's administration at the southern border.
Let me ask you a question. Are you for or against the rule of law?
I'm for it.
You're for it. Okay. So he had a legal order preventing him from being deported to El Salvador. Yes. Not the United States Supreme Court, that almost never ruled 9-0 on anything, ruled that he was deported improperly. But yet you were still for it just to support Donald Trump.
No, to support the deterrent effect that he's having on these cartels and on these border immigration. The same thing that Bukele did in El Salvador. I love what he did in El Salvador.
How is it a deterrent for gang members?
Because people are scared shitless of being sent to El Salvador in that prison. People are scared shitless to come across that border. And you can tell because the border encounters went down 90 to 95% in 2 months.
That's wrong. They went down. It was 95% from that period in February to last year's period in February. And I don't know if you know this, but most of that was under the Biden administration. I know the stat. Yeah. We looked it up.
I've looked it up as well. And I think December, there was about 90 to 100,000 encounters. And then in February, there was 10,000. So that's still about 90%. We can look up cbp.gov. I mean, it falls off a cliff. It's crazy. From December to February, it goes 100,000, and then it goes like 60,000 in January, and then it goes to 10,000 in February and 10,000 in March. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves.
Pull it up. Debunk this before.
December 96,000, February 11,000.
Yeah, and what was it from December to January?
Trump became president January 20th.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So that's why it's down 30%. So
your assumption. Wait.
President 30% of the month.
Let's pull this up for a second. I'm gonna turn on the. Button. There we go. Okay, so first of all, we go to fiscal year 2024, right? Just look at the trend. I want you to look at the trend. 2024, 301,000 encounters, down to 176,000 encounters.
Hold on, please, because this is like the left saying that Trump crashed the stock market, and then when it gained back 30%, those numbers that you're showing, 300,000 encounters, that's never happened before, and it's so unprecedented compared to past presidents, even Obama. 300,000 in a month is absolutely insane. So, look at the trend. Look at the trend. The trend is that it falls off a cliff from December to February.
Yeah. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell you is that in the last year of Biden's administration, it falls from 301,000. All the way to 61,000. It's following the same trend.
He doesn't get credit for the 61,000. He gets credit to 9. I mean, really,
20 days.
100,000 is what he got it down to.
By the way, your comparison doesn't even make sense. So the comparison you actually should have made was when people say that Trump's first term was a booming economy because he inherited it from Obama, which is true. The trajectory is all the same. Stock market continued the same way. The wages continue the same way. All that stuff, it's the same trajectory, just like this. Counters were going down all of the last year of Biden's administration, and they continued to go down when Trump took office.
No, they went down 90% in 2 months.
Wait.
They went down to 10,000. I mean, Biden was never hitting that trajectory.
Wrong.
How's that wrong?
Thank you, Miles.
Look at his numbers. Those are insane numbers. 2.5 million in 1 year.
2.5 million in 1 year. What are you talking
about? Where it says on the total, if you look at those numbers on the right side, 2.2,475,000.
Yes, but look at the trend, brother. Look at the trend.
The trend is not that great.
It was down 66% from the peak, and then continued to go down in the last 3 months of his administration here.
And Trump brought it down 90% in 2 months. I mean, he didn't even have to. He just has to become president. People are just so scared of him. That's why his numbers go down that crazy.
Wait, so why did they go down in the last year of Biden's administration?
They went down, but those numbers are still way higher.
Wait. So why did they go down? Were they scared of Biden?
probably added some technology and some border patrols because it was such a bad crisis.
What do you think an encounter is? Wait. Hold on. What technology would prevent an encounter? What do you think an encounter is?
Mexican on the Mexican side of the border, they set up a perimeter and started helping, so they stopped people from coming to the border on the Mexican side.
What you just said, that is an encounter.
Not if they are stopped by the Mexican side first, like 10 miles before they get to the border, because that's what Mexico started to do, is they started to have their own security on their side.
Wait, Mexico started to have their own security on their side.
That's a damn lie.
You're saying new security that they didn't have during the last year of Biden's administration?
I don't know when it got put in, but I know
it got put in under Biden. So
that's what I'm telling you, is that's why his numbers went down, because they put in the extra security on the Mexican side, and so there wasn't as many at the actual border. How does that not make sense? That's just clear as day. If it went in under Biden, that's why those numbers went down. Trump came office and they went down to 10,000 a month.
Your argument, let me just get this straight. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Your argument is that Trump got the numbers down so low because he puts fear in the hearts of migrants.
Yes. That's why El Salvador is the safest country in Central America now, where it used to be one of the most dangerous countries in the world. They are scared as shit to go to that prison.
The literal dictatorship, but okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to live in a dictatorship?
Okay, but do you know anybody in El Salvador?
We had a guest from El Salvador a couple days ago, yeah.
Well, most people that I don't know anybody personally, but most people that I know that know people in El Salvador say they are so thankful because they can actually take their kids to the park without worries of getting robbed, or their kid, like family. What about the rights of families being able to walk the streets without having to worry about gang violence? Those are the rights that I'm worried about. I'm not worried about gang members' rights. Like, that's at the end of the day.
So you do want a dictatorship?
I appreciate Trump grasping our government by the horns and actually doing something.
You're allowed to say it with your chest. I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah, I think.
Just say it.
Yeah, I don't mind his authoritarian style within our checks and balances and trying to push the boundaries to see where the boundaries go. I still believe America is still going to be America at the end of the day. But I think Trump is going to be, I think he's doing what exactly he ran on and what he told people he was going to do. And so he got democratically elected. So that's not a dictatorship, but he has an authoritarian, flavor to him. And I appreciate that because he's promises made, promises kept type stuff. This is what we.
Thank you, Miles. So the problem here is that you can't support the Constitution, but also support an authoritarian. It doesn't make sense. Penelope, thank you so much for the meteor shower. Thank you so much, Penelope.
I hear you.
Like, you can. It would be logically consistent if you said, I am against the Constitution because I would be more for an authoritarian government. I would disagree, but at least it would be logically consistent. Is that what you'd like to say?
No, hold on, because he's doing the best he can to follow the Supreme Court and do things. He's just interpreting it different ways.
No, that is completely false. If he was doing the best he can, we would have Abrigo Garcia back.
Oh, bro.
No, because he believes
this guy stinks.
Thank you, Miles.
So he has to facilitate. If that's if Bukele wants to give him back, because he's a citizen of El Salvador.
You know that if this were any other situation, right? Let's say it was an American citizen and it was being held. He
doesn't want him back. I hear you.
He does not want him back. He does not want to facilitate this.
I agree with you, but he doesn't have to effectuate it.
I understand that. I understand their argument. The argument is trying to weasel their way out of following the law, following checks and balances. That's the problem. Why is it, if you're so sure that he's an MS-13 member, then why wouldn't you want him to just come back, face due process, and then get sent right back? Because that's what would happen.
he has to be deported right away. They even said even if he came back, he'd be deported because he's here illegally, and he would be deported.
He would be adjudicated just how he would have been had he not been deported. Yes.
Right, and they would have to just send him to a third country.
If that's what happens, that's what happens after he gets his due process.
Yeah.
But that's not for you or me to decide. That's for the courts to decide.
Yeah, I mean, they said it was a mistake. I don't know if it was a true mistake or not, but at the end of the day, like there in El Salvador, there's plenty of innocent people that do get arrested and put in that prison, and then usually get let out after like 6 months. And what I'm saying is,
why do we want that? That's awful.
Yeah, but what do we want more? Do we want people being killed in the streets all the time and kidnapped? And
when is that? Where is that happening?
El Salvador was the murder capital of the world.
We're in the United States, bro.
Bro, the cartels. Do you know what the number one?
Okay.
Do you know what the number one killer of Americans are?
Oh, brother.
You got the. You lost the dino vote, so.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
All right. You're getting the whole Jurassic Park dropped on you.
Brother, this guy
All right.
stinks.
You have a.
I'm happy for you.
You have a day. The pro-authoritarian.
I love Kessler.
Miles, thank you for the quad dino. Hold on, I missed a lot of stuff. Shauna, thank you for the hat and mustache. Ice Cold, thank you for the Dizzy Bird. Also, hold on. Jessica, thank you for the $5. Dan's the motherfucking man. Thank you, Jessica. Orion, thank you for the $1. Ask Thomas if he knows the deportation was a mistake. He did admit that. Also, there was a... Matt, are you still here? Matt sent $10 right before we reset. Matt, I'm begging, praying that you're still here. Because thank you for the $10. Okay, we're going to go to the next guest. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We are live Wednesdays to Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, doing live political debates, political discussions, and fact checks. We also try to be live for all major political events. So if you like this content, drop a follow, tap the screen.
Kessler.
Thank you, Chris. Just as a summary of what we just experienced, the last guest, pro concentration camp, pro dictatorship, but also somehow pro constitution. From the next guest. Pro celestial dragon ass guest. Actually, Dan was amazingly patient with him. I gave him. I returned the patience that he gave me when I took that phone call earlier. Hi, welcome up.
I love Kessler. 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 I love Kessler.
Thank you, Shauna, for all the Teslers. Thank you so much. You either want a democracy or a dictatorship. I agree. I just dropped my phone. Danny, are you there?
I love Kessler.
Thank you, Dirty Bad. Danny? Bueller? Bueller?
Oh, my bad, dude.
Oh, is it a misclick?
Yeah.
All right, you're good.
All right, then.
All right, bye. You literally have to live in a constant state of delusion to support anything he does. Yeah, I mean, remember what the last guy was saying about, like, would you rather be, like, murdered in the streets by gangs? Like, bro, where is that happening? Hi, welcome up.
Oh, how's it going?
It's going all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Oh, Danny.
Oh, God.
Oh, Danny.
That's the best argument we've heard all day. He's going to be single forever. He saw the thirst edits. Big fan of yours. Thank you. Hi, welcome up.
Yeah, I'm watching this shit there. I said I'm watching it now.
You watching now?
Yeah, they down. They down 8.
Wait, Edward, are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else? They're down 8. They can come back. 8's not that bad. How much money do you have on them? Fucking Austin Reeves, man.
Yeah, I mean...
Wait, hold on. We're going to get taken down by by the property of NBC. Or the NFL. Or whatever. What do they play with the express right property of the NFL? I don't know. Miles, thank you for the cheering crab. Oh, was it NBA? Oh yeah, they said rebound, didn't they? They did say rebound. I'm not a sports analyst. Okay, so down 8 in basketball is worse than down 8 in football, right? It's the finals? And y'all are watching me? It's amazing because we always ask how could the German people accept concentration camps. Miles, I'm telling you, I really thought about that a lot when I first learned about World War II and the Holocaust growing up. But like, I get it now, and it's so crazy, but I get it now. Oh, round 1 of the playoffs. Okay, down 8 in basketball is nothing. It's worse in football. Is that just because no one scores in football? Because I figured like 8 is just like it's 7 and then 1. I'm cleaning, and today I learned rubbing alcohol and bleach don't mix. 8 is in fact 7 and 1. All right, next guess. Here we go. Hi, welcome up.
Hey, I was just hoping to say that I hope you're able to come to Texas A&M on Tuesday because I would love to see you there.
As of right now, I should be there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we're going to go to the next guest. But before we do, are you enjoying this live? If so, double check that you're following. Right next to my name at the top, there should be either an orange heart or a gray heart. If you see a red oval, that means you need to follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go to the next guest.
Hey, Dan.
Hi.
Just based on the last few guests, it's just another friendly reminder that it's okay and fun to punch Nazis. Always follow through. You don't want to punch where they are, you want to punch behind their face. That gives you more power. And just go for the balls. Fuck it.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, that's actually so. If you're ever in like an arcade and they have one of those like punching machines, a common mistake is to punch at the thing you're trying to hit. But if you want to get the most power, you want to punch through the thing you're trying to hit. Also, a lot of the power comes from your foot. Like you want to move in the direction that you're punching with your whole body. You want to get the strength from your foot all the way through. And don't put your thumb under your fingers. Yes, that's another good piece of advice. All right, next guest. Keep the wrist locked. Yes. Hi, welcome up.
Hi, I honestly requested up because he was upsetting. The misinformation about MS-13 and where MS-13 comes from absolutely blows my mind, especially with the MAGA people, because a lot of people don't realize that the US exported MS-13 to El Salvador in the 90s. And this is like a wholly us problem that we created. um, I grew up around MS-13 violence. I am a former foster kid that grew up in around some not super great people and have personal experience with the gang. They're not great, but most of them are actually US citizens. MS-13 is a gang that started in Los Angeles in the 90s. You can look all of this up. Sorry, in the 80s, forgive me. It started in LA in the 80s, and it happened in a lot of Hispanic communities that were facing extreme poverty, and it happened in reaction to what was going on in LA at the time, which was extreme police brutality against POC people in LA in the 80s. Yep, Echo Park. And so a lot of sort of the violence with MS-13 was retaliatory against police brutality. And so with these youth, what started happening was they started in the 90s, these mass deportations, not like we're seeing now, but these huge deportations of these gang members who were not legal residents yet in the US. They started being deported back to places like Guatemala and El Salvador. And so we exported the gang back there. And that's where the rise of these gangs started in El Salvador, was the gang members that we deported there in the 90s. And then after that, MS-13, if you don't know the way that they operate, once you're sort of selected to join, you don't have a choice. So it's a join or unalive type of situation, especially in El Salvador. And so a lot of people that we see, youth fleeing to the US from El Salvador, are really fleeing for their lives, and that's why these protective orders are so important. It's not always, not to the extent, so MS-13, you get jumped in, and once you're in, the only way out is to either flee the country or be unalived, and sometimes they don't jump people in who want to be involved with the clique, is what they call it. They just do it. So you get jumped in and then you have to get wet. You can look up what that stuff means. I grew up around a lot of the like recruiting and violence. You can look up the Forza Cafe pew-pewing in 2009 that happened in Lakewood, Washington, where 4 police officers were unalived during an initiation rite for one of the cliques. I'm sorry if you don't like my diction. I don't know what to tell you. They shot up my middle school several times and the bank around the corner from my school a lot. As someone who grew up around this violence, the idea that we can just deport a gang that was created by Americans in America, that just also heavily involved immigrant populations in LA, is absolutely insanity. I'm not infighting at all. I'm just trying to talk about, because that last guest was talking about MS-13, like we can just deport all of them and the gang will go away. And that's not how this works. And so I just, as someone who grew up adjacent to this violence, who has lost family and friends to this violence, I will be one of the first people to tell you that what this administration is doing is not going to solve this problem. They're not solving any problems. But in addition to that, they're going to make it worse. And so that is just any of my fellow Tacoma people that grew up in the early 2000s in Tacoma that are familiar with how bad the clicks were there back then is very familiar. I hate a lot of people keep using the victims of MS-13 violence as a justification for what's happening. And as someone who lived in that environment before I was adopted, not in my name, like it's absolute BS. And I'm so sick of the misinformation that's being spread about MS-13 and Tren de Agua. And I don't speak Spanish. I am horrendous. But I don't know. He was making me mad. So I wanted to offer you some more facts as you continue to debate these people who keep bringing up gang violence, that MS-13 is absolutely a gang that originated in Los Angeles amongst POC populations who were retaliating against police brutality and extreme poverty. And the answer to stopping the continued growth of these gangs, and we know this from Lakewood and Tacoma, the answer to stopping this is to address poverty in youth populations. And Tacoma and Lakewood have spent a lot of time doing this and have been able to slow the growth of these gangs through a lot of the engagement that they've done with reducing childhood poverty in the city. So we know the answer to this problem, and it's not mass deportations. It's addressing the poverty and the police brutality that's causing it to begin with. So that's my spiel. I don't know. That man pissed me off. I don't talk about. I don't talk about a lot of people that meet me. I talk about being from Alabama, but I was born. That's where I was adopted and where I graduated high school. But I was born and abandoned as a baby in Tacoma, Washington. I grew up around that violence as a foster kid, and it just makes me this particular topic with this administration, as someone who has an adopted Salvadoran daughter and as a kid that grew up in this shit, makes me so angry. So for anybody else that's from my area in my time, I encourage you to also stand up and say, not in my name, because we know how to fix this. Our communities have come together to address this violence, and what they're doing is only going to make it worse. So that's my angry spiel for the maggots this evening.
Oh, I'm so happy you came up to shed light on that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So don't let them pivot and be like, oh, but gang violence. We created this shit. We need to fix it.
I mean, ultimately, even if my big argument is, even if in a gang, look at due process
still
to determine
deserves
that.
due process.
So yeah.
Also, the knuckle tattoos are not MS-13 tattoos. Anyone who knows anything about MS-13 knows that their rank and their affiliation is tattooed on their chest. So.
All right. Thank you so much for coming up.
Have a good night.
You too. We're gonna go to our next guest in a second, but I think up the. I think might have to rise. Hi, welcome up. How you doing? I see one of my mods invited you up. Probably saying some stuff in chat, so.
I definitely disagree with all of y'all, but what's your question? What you want to know?
So you disagree with due process?
Yeah, if you're illegal, fuck you. I mean, I ain't supposed to say L word. Never mind.
So you're against the Constitution?
I'm against illegals.
Okay, but the Constitution grants all persons in this country the right to due process. So are you saying you're
No.
against the Constitution?
I'm against illegals. If you're illegally, you shouldn't have rights.
Okay, so you are against that part of the Constitution. You disagree with the Constitution.
No.
You can just say it with your chest.
I know what you're saying, but no. The Constitution shouldn't have rights for illegals because they're not American citizens.
Okay, so you disagree with the Constitution. Got it. All right. Well,
No,
I'm just looking to talk to Americans, so.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, welcome up.
Just going back off of what Falcon was saying real fast. 100% right, of course. Now I'm nervous. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah. So when I grew up, I grew up around gangs as well in LA County, mostly Crips on MS-13. But two things. One, so the way they're getting rid of these gangs, it creates like any organization like a vacuum of power. So they could be in a worse gang or they could be a worse leader that comes up. So it's like they're not doing anything to figure out why these gangs were formed to begin with, because some of them are formed as a community organization. I don't want to give them credit. Some of them do very horrible things like MS-13, but I'm saying that they form to protect their community and also to protect themselves against like police and stuff. But so if you don't have any community intervention, then it's going to get worse. And also what the previous guest was saying, yeah, it started in Los Angeles. So I was really confused when you say the definition of the T word. I don't know if I could say it. When they be domestic terrorists, like like when you classified them that. So then can we also include white supremacists? I mean, I don't know. That's just me. But all right, I'll just get back to debates.
Appreciate you. All right, we're gonna get to the next guest here, but they're being super impatient, so I'm gonna grab some water while they wait.
I love Tesla.
Thank you, Ginger.
I love Tesla.
Okay. Hi, welcome up.
Hey.
Up. You said it was easy to own.
Yeah, so you're saying that people who came here illegally are the equivalent of people who started their due process. If you're in the country illegally, you have, by those grounds, we have the right to remove them forcefully out of our country.
I think you're mixing up due process with immigration process. These are two different things.
Yeah, and you're acting as if the people who are already here and came here illegally are owed due process, and they aren't.
They are by virtue of the Constitution. Now that due
when
process
you
could
come in
end.
here-
That due process could end in their deportation, but they
Okay,
still are
so-
afforded that due process.
Yeah, and based off the grounds that they came in here illegally, what has happened historically in this country, if you come in here illegally, you are removed for breaking the law. So, anyways,
Well-
that's a point that I don't think has to really even be debated. But the reason I support Trump is because he puts America first.
How does he put America first?
Because he cares about us and he doesn't want to support the terrorists that want to destroy their greatest ally, my people, in the Middle East.
Oh, okay. So you're a Netanyahu supporter?
Yes. Yes.
Oh. Kind of cringe in 2025, but all right.
Oh, is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we own your government, so what are you gonna do about it?
Okay, so you agree that he's not America first. He's Israel first. You can just say that with your chest.
Yeah, you could say that, sure.
All right. Yeah, they're finally admitting it. Okay, well, take your genocidal ass somewhere else. Got nothing else to say. How am I going to debate that? He was just on Jaden's live. Yeah, I mean anyone that refers to all Palestinians as T group, not it. Not someone I'm going to be able to have a conversation with, right? And it's unfortunate, right? Because we're low on guests, but like, what am I supposed to say to that man? First of all, probably going to get the live banned. Wait, Walt, hold on. Hold that thought. All right, Walt. Let me hear that again. Sorry. Okay, the globalists want to control us completely. Trump wants to have our own country. You just heard the last guest say that Trump's Israel first. And when you say globalist, actually, you two should debate. The Zionist and the Nazi, you two should debate. That would be a fun debate. Zionist v. Nazi. I'll bring Am Yisrael Chai. I'll bring you up only if the Nazi comes up to debate you. Because that's some content right there. They align somehow. Yeah, they both support Trump is how they align. That's the worst part. That whether you hate Jews or love Jews, Trump's your guy. Post hostile debates, Dan. This is your calling. The biggest Venn diagram. Common alignment, Trump and hate. What a combo. I'm trying to think of other what are other hostile debates we can do? Like a communist versus a neoliberal. Oh shit, he's up. Okay. All right, Walt. You said the globalists want to control everything.
Yep.
Okay. And then what do I call
They
you?
pretty much already do, except we have still a little bit of freedom left. The big
Are you even
corporations
American?
control the world.
Are you even American, buddy?
I'm a citizen. I immigrated.
Of which country?
Austria.
That's great. So, I want to give you my word. I'm gonna try to have as much TikTok appropriate language. I don't want to get you taken down or whatever. But so who are the globalists, Walt?
The big corporations,
Who
BlackRock,
owns the big corporations?
BlackRock,
What
George
ethnicity is
Soros,
BlackRock?
George Soros.
What ethnicity is George Soros?
What?
What are the ethnicity of the people who own these companies?
That doesn't matter. George Soros was Hungarian.
Okay.
George Soros was Hungarian. It doesn't matter which
Yeah,
country.
George Soros was Hungarian, huh?
And they kicked him out. He's banned from Hungary.
Why?
Because he's such an evil man. He's
Okay, and
destroying
what's his
everything he
ethnicity?
did. He destroyed the British pound.
Okay, what is his ethnicity? This is great.
He's Hungarian. Yeah, he's Hungarian.
No, he's Jewish. And guess what
Well,
is the ethnicity of...
Jewish.
Yeah, what's the
Okay,
ethnicity of the CEO and all the employees of BlackRock?
that I don't know for
They're
sure.
Jewish. So why I said you're against the globalists, but you're pro-Trump. You know Trump is for us, for the Jewish people, right?
Oh, okay. There is two kinds of Jewish people.
Okay.
Oh
There is the
God.
big,
This
there
is
is the
good.
big, rich Jewish people, and then there is the regular Jewish people like you and me. And those are
So
two
you're
different
Jewish?
things. There were also
Are you Jewish?
no, there were Jewish bankers who supported Hitler. There were Jewish
Okay,
bankers
don't say his
supporting
name. You're gonna get the
Hitler.
live taken down. Just say
Oh yeah.
Mustache Man or Austrian Painter.
Okay.
So you're saying that there's a difference in between the Jewish people. You do understand that we are a tribe, even though we disagree on certain things, right? We
Well,
work in
there
our
is
interests.
the Tartarian Jews. What they call it?
Yes, there's
They
the
came from
Hasidic,
Russia. Yeah.
there's the Hasidic, there's the Reform, there is the
Yeah.
Orthodox, and then there are secular.
Yeah. And those are not originally Jewish.
Oh, good. Okay, so
They
this is what anti-Semites like to do. They like to strip us of our Jewish identity. So you think that the people who are Jewish who don't do what you think is nice, they aren't Jewish?
Well, the regular people in Israel just want to live their lives and be happy like you and me. But there is very rich people who want to control the world, and they are messing things up. They are behind the wars, like the Rothschild bankers. They are controlling
What's
all
their
the
ethnicity?
not sure. They go
They're
back.
Jewish. So look, I'm gonna bring you up to
That's
speed here.
okay.
I'm gonna bring you up to speed here. So
Jewish are not Jewish. They are evil.
okay,
They
okay.
want to control us, and they want to enslave us, turn us into cyborgs. Basically, that's what their end goal.
Okay. So look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna bring you up to speed on all the conspiracy theories about my people. So we, the
These
Jewish
are not your
people.
people. These are criminals. Okay.
Okay.
George
So they're my
Soros is a
people.
criminal.
They're my
No, they are
people.
not. They are
You
evil.
look. You're goy. You don't understand how we operate. You don't understand our motives. You don't understand what we're doing, and you're trying to say that the ones who don't do stuff that the goy like, that they're not Jewish. Well, we operate as a monolith. We do seem
Okay.
to be divided into certain.
All right, this is
Sorry.
fun, but I cannot risk getting banned because I have the thing coming up. So, I have to. Night. No, SpongeBob took my joke. I was literally waiting to drop them to make that joke. SpongeBob, God. Okay. I'm dropping a patience point for that. That was a train wreck waiting to happen. No, it was. Y'all are right. I can't. If we were gonna host that, we need to do it on the backup. We can't risk it tonight. We have a big tour coming up. We need this account to go live on. Say it again. I didn't see the joke. Nightmare blunt rotation. Just to be clear, I am nothing like that guy. We were entertained. Raise it. Be that guy that says the joke louder and gets more laugh. No, I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I think the Zionist was winning that debate. Dan, how many keys? Wait, I don't know what that means. The Schnazzy was sundowning. Donna, thank you so much for the happy weekend. Let's move this over to the backup. Dan, I don't think anyone won that one. Oh, one key opens both doors. I see. All right. Let's get back to where we were. As a Jewish guy, this was peak cinema. This was like watching a Pokemon battle. Yeah, Team Rocket versus Team Plasma. I love the unfriendly fire personally, but we did lose societally for sure. We really need more right versus right debates here. Yeah, wait, can we start? There's so much left infighting. Can we like start psyoping and get some right versus right infighting? That would be perfect. Next time this happens, play the Pokemon battle music. Yeah, we need to break apart the right. And I think this is the perfect issue, right? The people that love Israel versus the people that hate Jews are both voting for Trump. We gotta prevent that. Nico versus Aiden Ross. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's like a toaster versus a microwave. They're gonna say we have an agenda even more now. Aren't they already a couple? I don't know. I haven't seen Sneeko in a long time, and the only thing I've seen of Aiden Ross recently was that clip of him saying, "Guys, why am I poor?" after the stock market crashed. The Senate and House not passing a bill with such a mandate is crazy. Yeah, very true. Infighting on the right is in private, which is why Pence isn't in the news every day. Okay. Just write the agenda into a big PDF, then we can deny we made it. We'll leak the agenda in Signal. Okay, there's nobody in the box. So, Ginger, did you find the Supreme Court ruling? Like, all I'm finding is articles that break it down, but to read the actual ruling, I haven't found it. I put some this. Okay. Oh, this is actually pretty short. There is before the court an application on behalf of a punitive class of detainees seeking an injunction against their removal under the Alien Enemies Act. Matter is currently pending before the Fifth Circuit. Upon action by the Fifth Circuit, the Solicitor General is invited to file a response to the application before this court as soon as possible. The government is directed not to remove any member of the punitive class of detainees from the United States until further order of this court. Justice Thomas and Justice Alito dissent from the court's order. Take it, justices. Yeah. So when people were asking, like, is it possible that they'll get rid of birthright citizenship? Those are the two that I think will probably be like, yeah, fuck the Constitution. But like, I would be shocked if Amy Coney Barrett or Gorsuch voted to get rid of the birthright citizenship. I haven't seen any dissent filed by it. Said dissent to be filed soon, so I don't understand why the Supreme Court is playing games with us. Okay. Chat. How upset would you be if we called it for the night? Here, I'm gonna put up a poll. Okay, laughing emoji if you'd be okay with it. Crying emoji if you'd stop following, block me, and cancel me. Okay, laughing emoji if you'd be okay with it. Crying emoji for block and cancel. For TikTok and Twitch, I mean Twitch and YouTube, crying emoji is throttling this election. Don't ask questions if you don't want to know the answer. You thought we weren't gonna try? No, I knew it. Sometimes, all right, I don't want to give away my secrets, but sometimes I ask questions knowing that the results are gonna be content. So for example, okay, this is not related to me, but it's like a similar concept. I saw a TikTok earlier where canceled. I saw a TikTok earlier where a girl came up to the camera with a bowling ball and she said, "You know what they say? You're either good at bowling or good in bed." And then she bowls a strike, right? The funny thing about that is, whatever happened, it would have been funny, right? She bowled a strike. That's funny. If she bowled a gutter ball, that would also be funny. You have a mandate from the people. You just want to check if we still care. We should add Twitch vote as well. How many viewers are on Twitch? Aha, I saw that one. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot more pain in my lower stomach now. Compliment fishing for how am I? I'm describing a TikTok. That's a flawless setup, right? Hi Dan, do you remember me? I think so, Colby. Gas. I don't know. This is Gas X. Don't ask me why it's here. Did I take this? First time I'm commenting, but you have such a nice smile. Oh, thank you. Take two. Lower abdomen or in your stomach? Hold on. I'll show you. Like here. Have you been eating a lot more veggies lately? Not more than normal. No, what's interesting is, like 3 days ago, I had a lot of gas. I lost faith after people started defending the concentration camps in El Salvador. Oh, I lost faith way before that. Anyone joining the live now is going to be really confused with the camera pans. Does it hurt when you press or when you release? Oh, press. Hurts when I press. I don't think it's appendix. Is it the same thing you had months ago? It somewhat feels like that. Does it hurt if you cough? Kind of hurts my back. This would be funnier if the last prompt was still up. Kidney stone? I mean, that's possible. That is what the doctor said last time. He thinks I passed a kidney stone. So I don't know. Ugh. Ask JFK Jr. Maybe you're pregnant. I'm gonna have to go to a different state. Get the, you know, and O pause. Bring the MD back. Who did it? Fess up. How it's like Ashley has a spidey sense and always shows up at the perfect time. Johnny P is the father. He's watching from the shadows. And check your room for hidden cameras.
Come on, man.
Thank you, Cam. Can you talk about RFK and autism more? Yeah, RFK made some really dumb statements saying that like autistic people don't pay taxes and won't be able to like work a regular job or find love or. Not surprised. Thank you, L. Blauen. Damn, nobody wants to debate. Terrified. Yeah. Rectal Anderson? That's a wild name. What's up? Okay. What if? All right. I saw that you guys didn't want me to end the live. What about if we spend this live preparing? Yeah, Dale, I know. It's really frustrating. Very harmful rhetoric and untrue rhetoric. The fact that the number one was never pay taxes. Yeah, that was the first thing he mentioned. Well, I was gonna say we could prep for if I do. I said when I get back from the tour, I'm gonna take a break from politics. So what I would like to do is hey Gina, what I would like to do during that break Hi, Tears. What I would like to do during that break is play Super Mario Eclipse, but I need to download all the requisite stuff, and I'm a boomer with stuff like that. So maybe some technical people can help me out with that, and then it's like ready. Dan said hi to me. Hi, Ashley. Thoughts on Egghead arc? I think it's arguably the best arc. I think it's really good. Wait, what's Super Mario Eclipse? It's a ROM hack that was 5 years in the making. It's a ROM hack that was 5 years in the making. That upgraded Super Mario Sunshine. That's very, very good. Dan, did you ever play Gotcha Force? Mary J. Bridge. I am one of the 5 Gotcha Force fans on this earth. One of the best games I've ever played in my life. Just finished Wano. It's peak as fuck. Yeah, Wano was good. But man, Egghead is really good. I just got it. Isn't it like $300? Thoughts on Maria Robotnik? I don't have any thoughts. Wano was incredible, but you need to watch it in one pace. It was like $500. Oh, damn. I sold it for $250, I think, a few years ago. Very, very hard to find. I've set up a GameCube emulator before, but never a mod for a game. One pace dropped. When will you be back? So Gina, I should be live on Tuesday from the event in Texas. And then my flight's on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to be live Wednesday. We'll see what happens. But I will be probably back Thursday. I do want to take a week off for politics. I might still go live, but just not politics. My brain needs a break. What time do we show up on the 22nd? So there's 2 events. One starts at noon and one starts at 6:30. Are you going to Wyoming after Texas? I don't think I will. Even if if the tour raises enough money, I don't know that I would be one of the people that goes. Thank you, Malik. Where do you rank Ennis Lobby, Dan? It may be my top 1. Should we do a One Piece arc ranking? Hold on. Can we do that real quick? Go to urgent care. Are you doing 4 hours? When? You mean on Tuesday? Okay, Dan, you and Santana can team up with Don Lemon and do your own event. Yo, y'all don't know how excited I am to meet like Santana, Brett, Parker and Dean. Like it's super. It's honestly mostly Brett. I really want to meet Brett. Johnny's gonna be fun, but he's gonna be a lot. He's gonna be a lot. Wish GT was going, yeah. Say hi to Mermaid and Chris. Yeah, so I just recently got to know Mermaid like the past week. She's an awesome person. I don't know Mr. Jones that well, but No Reds is super chill. Definitely excited to meet her. I think Mr. Jones was on our live once. A while back. Parker and Santana are both like 6 foot. Really? How tall are you? I'm 5'7". I don't know how long I'm gonna be live Tuesday or Thursday, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what the situation was with GT. Pickle's really tall, I think. Yeah, that's what I hear too. Chris is tall too. Chris is not tall. Dan, we are the same height. Nice. How long will we be there? I fly in Monday and I leave Wednesday. Or y'all just fact checking Charlie Kirk basically? So all of us are going to be doing something a little bit different. So there's going to be people registering people to vote. There's going to be people that are planning on debating Charlie. There's going to be people doing their own like booth like Charlie has. There's going to be people talking to voters slash potential voters. There's gonna be people making content. Give Pickles a spoon for us. Don't ask. Just bring one and hand it. Sounds like it's gonna be a blast. Yeah, yeah. Parker and Dean are gonna be debating magazine. I'm assuming. Yeah. Would you notify me when you're coming on? Okay. Can one or more of my mods put like a reminder to share it to Gina? Because I will forget. But we can set up a reminder, I think, in Discord or something. What time on Tuesday? I don't know when I'll be live on Tuesday. Dan, I'm reminding you to share it to Gina. Oh, thanks, Ange. Get that. Where can we watch? So make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following the Unfuck America account, and then also a lot of the pages, a lot of the other creators as well. That was Erica. And do you think Trump is going to call for the Insurrection Act tomorrow? I do not know. I am not. Did you do a debunk video today, Caffeine? If you knew the tea that went on today, I think you'd know why I didn't do a debunk video. Thank you for the harmies. Y'all, I am bound. I am unable to speak on the tea until I get back. And then maybe I'll be on my no politics account and I will it'll be like the Boston Tea Party, okay? It won't just be a little tea. All right? It's going to be boxes of tea. But it's going to be on my no politics account. Oscar, not exactly, no. AKA Chismoso account. A revolutionary amount of tea. I will be there and might join the box. Someone was live last night being hella bad vibes about the tour, and I was like, yeah, I saw. The plans for the rest of the night. I was gonna see about downloading Mario Eclipse. Ooh, you know what? I think I just need a good massage. 10:41. Are you Rami Malek's third generation cousin, perchance? Yes. Barbian Root. Hydro massage at Planet Fitness. I'd have to pay for the premium. I only pay the regular Planet Fitness. Have you heard of the game schedule 1? No, I haven't. What's your opinion on the hand tattoos of Kilmar? I don't think they're proof that he's in MS-13. The Planet Fitness massage chairs are heavenly. You need the black card. So how many of y'all in total will be at the tour? I think it's 30. I'll give you my guest pass. Awesome. Okay, let me turn Angela on. Maybe I should end the YouTube and Twitch live so we can listen to some music. What do you think? All right. Twitch and YouTube, I love y'all, but your platforms are not platforming.